weeks ago, I asked panelists to submit their favorite questions, and Chris was able to respond with three of his favorite questions. I highlighted one of them for today's session to end the session. Um, what is a content type, and what does it do in SharePoint? Chris.
Oh wow. Yeah, I forgot. It was when it was asked. Three of the most common questions I get in implementations is, I don't understand what a content type is necessarily. So I responded that it's the most common, probably the most common question I have to have because of the paradigm differences between SharePoint and what we think of in terms of file structure and folders. And a content type is just SharePoint's approved information management way to manage lots of different things around content, information management policies such as auditing, barcodes, expiration, as well as attaching metadata to individual documents and its impact on search, scoping, crawling, and faceting on metadata properties. So a content type, what I most use to explain to people is it is what gives context to SharePoint about a document, and it allows it to manage a document more effectively than just uploading a document. Every document has an associated content type as well as metadata, and so content type is how SharePoint can differ between documents and how to add additional context to them. So that's the best way I try and explain to clients when they ask.
This is Laura. Thanks. I'm doing a presentation at SP TechCon about content types next month. So thanks. I haven't written my presentation yet, so that helps. It's always hard to explain those, so that's a good explanation.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no. So I just submitted a post to Mark Miller about explaining SharePoint security. I love analogies. They all break down eventually, right? But
right.
I love giving clients analogies, and the post is about security, how to explain how roles, groups, and users are corresponding together. But it works for content types as well. And the analogy is basically, if you think about a shipping box, the box itself has no real context. It doesn't really do anything. It's just cardboard. But the minute that you add contents inside of the box and a shipping label on top of it, then that box has a lot of context around it, and it has a lot of different interests for a lot of different people. In the same way, a document inside of or a content type has no real meaning until you attach documents and metadata to it. When you combine content types, metadata, and documents together, that is one single, if you want to think of it like an information architecture unit inside of SharePoint that has a lot of context and meaning inside of SharePoint. So all analogies break down. It works better with security, but it's just a way to say that a content type itself has no meaning, but when you attach metadata and documents to it, it has a lot of meaning.
Thank you for listening to a highlighted segment of SharePoint ShopTalk. Join us live and ask your own questions every Thursday, 12:30 to 1:30 p.m. You may also join our group on LinkedIn at SharePoint ShopTalk. That's our group name. And we hope that you can join us. We look forward to the continued sharing of SharePoint knowledge.